Welcome to our daily devotional series, The Daily Herald. I pray that these messages will come to you as an encouragement and a reminder to be heralds of the Lord daily. God bless you.
All-powerful helper, January 21. Therefore, in all things he had to be made like his brethren, that he might be a merciful and faithful high priest in things pertaining to God, to make propitiation for the sins of the people. Hebrews 2:17.
Wonderful, almost too wonderful for human beings to comprehend, is the Savior's sacrifice in our behalf. Shadowed forth in all the sacrifices of the past, in all the services of the typical sanctuary, and this service was called for. When we realize that His suffering was necessary in order to secure our eternal well-being, our hearts are touched and melted. He pledged Himself to accomplish our full salvation in a way satisfactory to the demands of God's justice and consistent with the exalted holiness of His law. No one less holy than the only begotten of the Father could have offered a sacrifice that would be efficacious to cleanse all, even the most sinful and degraded, who accept the Savior as their atonement and become obedient to heaven's law. Nothing less would have restrained human beings in God's favor. What right had Christ to take the captives out of the enemy's hands? The right of having made a sacrifice that satisfies the principles of justice by which the kingdom of heaven is governed. He came to this earth as the Redeemer of the lost race, to conquer the wily foe, and by His steadfast allegiance to right, to save all who accept Him as their Savior. On the cross of Calvary, He paid the redemption price of the race, and thus He gained the right to take the captives from the grasp of the great deceiver, who by a lie, framed against the government of God, caused the fall of humanity and thus forfeited all claim to be called a loyal subject to God's glorious everlasting kingdom. Our ransom has been paid by our Savior. No one need be enslaved by Satan. Christ stands before us as our all-powerful helper. In all things it behooved Him to be made like unto His brethren, that He might be a merciful and faithful high priest in things pertaining to God, to make reconciliation for the sins of the people. Hebrews 2:17. Further reflection. When was the last time Jesus delivered me from the enemy?